Sometimes, love doesn't come knocking on your door, it waits for you on the side of the road when you least expect it. And sometimes, it's not your heart that recognizes it first, but the little voice of your child whispering the truth you didn't dare to believe. The cold night and a broken car. Rain poured heavily against the windshield as Daniel, a single father in his mid-30s, drove down a quiet country road. Beside him, in the back seat, sat his 6-year-old daughter, Lily, bright-eyed, curious, and the center of his world. She hummed softly, holding her worn-out teddy bear, the only toy that had survived the years since her mother left them. Daniel had raised Lily alone ever since his wife walked out when Lily was only a toddler. The pain of betrayal still lived quietly in him, but he had buried it beneath the responsibilities of fatherhood. Every night, when exhaustion pulled him down, Lily's laughter kept him standing tall. As they passed through a dim stretch of road, Daniel spotted a car pulled over, hazard lights flashing. A woman stood beside it, drenched by the rain, struggling with a useless umbrella and an expression of helplessness. Something tugged at Daniel's conscience. He knew what it was like to be stranded, to feel alone. He slowed down and stopped. "Daddy, is she okay?" Lily asked, peeking out the window with concern. "I think her car broke down," Daniel replied. He pulled over, grabbed his coat, and stepped out into the rain. The woman, mid-20s, with long chestnut hair plastered to her face, looked up in relief. "Oh, thank God. My car just died. I don't know what to do." Daniel smiled reassuringly, though he was soaked within seconds. "Don't worry. I'll take a look." Pop the hood. For 20 minutes, Daniel worked on her car while the rain poured harder. His hands grew numb, but he didn't stop. The woman, whose name was Emily, watched him with quiet gratitude. She had been on her way home from visiting her sick mother, and the thought of being stranded alone in the storm had terrified her. When Daniel finally got the engine sputtering back to life, she let out a shaky laugh of relief. "You're a lifesaver," she whispered. "Just glad I could help," Daniel said, wiping water from his forehead. It was then Lily's small voice broke through. She had rolled down the window, her face framed by her golden curls. She looked at Emily with wide, innocent eyes and asked the question that froze everyone still. "Daddy, can she be my mommy?" Daniel's heart clenched. Emily's eyes filled with shock, and then softened, as if the child's words had pierced through walls she didn't even know she had built. Daniel quickly tried to laugh it off, but the moment lingered. The kind of moment you don't forget. That rainy night ended with Emily following them back to town, just to make sure her car wouldn't give up again. Before leaving, she crouched down to Lily's level, brushing a strand of wet hair from her fore. Days turned into weeks. Daniel tried to shake the memory, but Lily didn't stop talking about Emily. "Daddy, remember the nice lady in the rain? She smiled at me. Can we see her again?" Daniel brushed it aside, telling himself it was just a child's imagination. But destiny, as always, had its own plans. One Saturday morning, while Daniel and Lily were at the local farmer's market, Daniel froze in place. There she was. Emily, carrying a basket of groceries, looking as surprised as he felt. Their eyes met, and something unspoken passed between them. "Emily?" Daniel said cautiously. "Daniel," she smiled. "And Lily?" Lily beamed, running up to hug Emily's legs as though they had been friends forever. Emily bent down, hugging her back naturally, tears threatening to spill from her eyes. She had always dreamed of having children, but life had never given her the chance. From that day forward, Emily slowly became a part of their lives. At first, just small gestures. Helping Daniel with errands, joining them for a park day, cooking dinner together when Daniel worked late.